Welcome back to Conversations with the Lady Millionaire. I am Danielle Nikki Parker, and tonight my guest is.
Child, y'all see it. Y'all need no introduction. I am in the building here with my sis, and we gonna talk about some shit. Can I say shit?
Yes, you can. Let me introduce you first. Introduce me. Country Cookin's own Saudia Shuler.
Let me get what you like that.
Thanks, sis.
Okay. Y'all got us. Y'all know this is funny, right?
Hey, sis. Thanks for coming.
Hey, Miss Parker.
All right, so listen, I want you to start off by telling us who you are, a little bit about your background, and what made you get into cooking.
Y'all see it. Nick, we gonna talk about that bullshit.
You know what? Why? I knew you was gonna say that.
We gonna talk about cooking. But I learned how to cook from my grandmama.
No, listen. You know, I have some new people watching that don't know either one of us. Okay. So I just want you to just give them a little bit of that.
All right.
But I knew you was gonna say that.
Mm-hmm. All right. So first of all, the cooking thing. I learned how to cook from my grandmother. Mm-hmm. When I was little, my uncles and them, you know, they was big time drug dealers. So they was really strict on me. So I couldn't really go outside. So I had to cook. I mean, I used to have to stay on my grandmother, cook, and couldn't lead a step and all kind of stuff. So that's how I learned how to cook, staying around my grandmother and my grandfather. My grandfather actually taught my grandmother how to cook, but I learned from both of them.
What city are you originally from?
I was born in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. I was brought, like from a small baby, brought to Philadelphia. Then I moved to South Carolina when I was like 16. Okay. And then came back here when I was like 28. Came back to Philly when I was like 28.
Okay. So since you mentioned a family of crime, like, is there a specific event that happened to you, like in your lifetime, that made you go to cooking?
It didn't make me go to cooking. I started cooking because of the kids. Mm-hmm. The kids used to have to go from, I used to sell dinners, like at my house, at my grandmother's house, and then I went to the bar, and then I went to my house on 35th Street. So I used to like sell dinners to help the kids out when they had to go to like Florida, to playing football, basketball, whatever they was doing. And a lot of the kids in the hood, they couldn't afford to do the things that everybody else do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, like how the rich neighborhoods, their parents could just afford to send them. But our kids, they couldn't. So I used to raise the money. I used to get the drug dealers, everybody. Get everybody involved. We're going to send these kids, and we're going to make sure they got new sneakers and stuff like everybody else. We're not going down there half-stepping.
Okay. So, yes, you are a big community lover, and I've been a part of some of the things that you've done for the community. Thanks for letting me be a part of that. But I know that you've experienced a lot of criticism and judgment for some of the things that you've done. Tell me a little bit about that and how you don't pay attention to it.
Well, we both have. You know how as much as we do for the community, they always going to try to find something. Now, I'm talking about you done gave tens and tens and 10,000. I'm talking about to me. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? So not even talking about the stuff that y'all doing, y'all own in the community, and y'all get involved with my events as well. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like, no matter what you do, people want to hear something to say. Yeah. So I just be like, I ain't think about them motherfuckers. They ain't, what y'all doing? Y'all ain't doing shit.
Right.
So.
Exactly.
Y'all not helping the kids. Y'all not trying to help the kids stay out the street. Y'all ain't trying to put a coat on their back. Y'all ain't trying to put no food in their mouth. So why do I care? As long as the kids care. Like people used to always say, oh, the news don't catch this with you. The news don't catch that of you. This, that, and the third. I'm like, I don't care about the news. It's not for the news. The people in the hood know. I've been doing this since my son was like maybe 4. Yeah. So my family been doing it before me. Like, so it's like it go on and on and on. Like what people don't understand, a lot of people just be like, oh, why you post this? Why you post that? You see how you got involved? Mm-hmm. Then people that you know got involved. Mm-hmm. Then other people got involved. But that's how people get involved. Like Bobby posting stuff like that. Because we're like, she posts every little thing. It's not to brag. It's not to boast. It's to get more people involved. The more we do, the more other people will do, and the more other people will get involved.
Yeah. I kind of struggled with that, like with posting things, because I was like, I never wanted to be in a position where I was showing off. So, you know, it's a thin line between showing somebody that they can do it too and showing off. And I never wanted to.
But guess what? You know how when y'all did when the people didn't have water, or when the people, what was it y'all was collecting for? And y'all took the tractor trailers full of stuff, places.
The water.
But look how many people got involved. True. If you wouldn't have posted, nobody wouldn't have got involved.
You absolutely
and you would have been spending all your money. Even though, like, you might give me 10,000. I think maybe y'all 10,000 for one thing, right? Mm-hmm. and I post you, Nick gave 10,000. Guess what? Somebody else gonna give 10,000, and then that's gonna make it have more for the community. And then somebody else gonna be like, oh, Nick and them did it. Let's do this. They did it. They helped out. Whatever. Right. And not only that, it's getting them out there. And then you started doing a lot of stuff on your own, and like y'all just been doing the same thing that I've been doing for years. And people don't understand. Like we really do it for the hood because that's where we came from. Yeah. See, a lot of people. Now, it do be some motherfuckers on my platform that just want to get on the platform just for clout. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even from the hood. They just want their name out there or their business out there. I'm okay with that too. You know why? Because it still helped a lot of kids and a lot of families out. So if that's what you want to do, then I'm okay. Bring the clout.
I remember when we were doing the prom, sending some kids to the prom, right? Yes. And you came by to get the donation that we gave. And people was in my DM like, you paid such and such amount for a Black Panther. I'm like, listen, I put this towards these kids going to the prom. Whatever you said you was using my check for is whatever. It don't matter. But how much did you give? Yeah. How much did you give?
But look how many people. We sent 22 kids.
Yeah, that was dope.
And I'm talking about each one of them kids, we spent well over, some of them we might have spent $3,000 on, depending on what they want, because we got them what they want, and we got them the best of everything. I don't think no kid we spend less than $5,000 on. Right. And not only that, I'm talking about for the cars, for the
helicopter,
the shoes, like everything. Like it was
a dope experience.
It was
so
much,
kids.
But not only that, look at the Christmas events y'all helped with. You know what I mean? Kids ain't never seen no damn reindeers. Yeah. There's a lot of grown people that ain't never seen a real reindeer. It was kids out there. I mean, grown people crying like this really in the hood. It gives the hood motivation, and that's what they don't understand. Like we really motivating the hood, and they don't like it.
You know, they said 100 students were shot in the city of Philadelphia this year. And it's like those things, those community things that we do, it helps. Just like you said, it motivates, it gives them hope.
But look how many kids, like you know, like when I do the give backs with the clothes and give the jobs and y'all get involved, right? Mm-hmm. Like you and your friends might get involved. You take money out of your business to help other kids get businesses. What about those kids that y'all help saving, that we're help saving? Mm-hmm. But if it wasn't for people like you, like giving those checks, kids would be like, they got all these talents, but they can't do nothing with it because they don't know that, oh, such and such, it don't cost that much for you to get in business, for us to start you up a business. We can start you up a business in your house. They don't know that. Like we learned by, I learned by curling hair, doing fingernails, like all this. I learned how to do this when I was young, at the age of like 12 and 13. Mm-hmm. We always had a hustle. A lot of kids don't know how to hustle, but we taught a lot of kids. We gave a lot of jobs away. Remember the job event that I gave? And y'all got involved with? Look how many kids we gave jobs and stuff to. Yeah. See, people don't look at it that way. Mm-hmm. But you got to get these kids something. Like even Christmas time, they say, "Oh, y'all giving that to Christmas? Y'all should give it to college." Oh, we did that too.
Yeah, we did that too.
Oh, don't get it twisted. We did that too.
And don't tell me what I should spend my money on.
Exactly.
Because what did you give? That's always my thing. What did you give?
And the people that want to say, "Oh, it's bragging or it's boasting," you ain't see them little kids' face when they got blankets and refrigerators that their parents wasn't going to be able to go to. I mean, give them. Y'all don't see the stuff that y'all don't see is when we take the money and do for the kids that's been abused and raped, or we don't show that. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't show that part because that's the stuff I don't want to show. Right. I don't show the part when I'm feeding the homeless. Like, we give away food every week. Yeah. I don't show that part because that ain't for y'all to see. I don't care. Yeah. Now, that would be clout chasing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I remember
certain stuff.
I remember it's the shelter behind my community center. Mm-hmm. And one day I called the lady and asked for the address to where I could send stuff. When she got back, she was like, "It's a room full of Pampers and baby wipes. It cost me $800. I would go and spend $800 on a dinner." Yep. It's like, no, yo, I asked you, what do you need? And you said baby things, and I ordered it, and I sent it right there. And I didn't think.
But that's always.
And I didn't put it on Instagram because
that's always
I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to give. You know, you got to be willing to serve.
But that's. I remember you used to be like, I don't want to do it on social media. Mm-hmm. Don't do that. I'm like, girl, I have to. Mm-hmm. I have to. Other than that, nobody else gonna give shit. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Nobody else gonna give anything.
Right.
So what we supposed to do? Just be you. So they see you give, they be like, oh, they did it. Mm-hmm. We gonna do it too. We gonna get involved too. It makes other people get involved, and that's the part people don't understand. And I'm so glad that you came out of that shell and started seeing that, like the coat drives, how much it mean to see them kids lined up, and them our babies in the hood really need it.
They do.
Ain't nobody. See, when people don't understand, oh, their parents get checks. Well, their parents on drugs. The kid can't help that their parents on drugs. The kids can't help it.
That's one thing. Like when we give out those coats, those kids be so thankful. It just make me cry. Like,
and I used to give the stuff. Let me tell you what I used to do. I used to give all my clothes, all my cousins them clothes, my uncles and them boots, all that stuff to the Salvation Army and all these different places, the Goodwill and all that stuff. You know what they do? They pick through what they want first and then put the stuff out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't do that. Once I seen people, and I used to just take the food to certain churches and like think that they was going to give it to the people or whatever. Come to find out, one time I was thinking, and they was like, yeah, that food was good as hell. We had food from such and such. I'm like, that food wasn't for y'all. So I don't do it that way no more. So I do it my own way. Yeah. People like, oh, how do you still got time? Because I want to make time.
Because I make time. Exactly.
People make time for what they want to make time for.
They do. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, but guess what? Not only that, those kids look at you and be like, damn, she gave. I got kids right now from college that come back and help out and give what they can give down that they in college or whatever. We adopted kids one year, and me and all my friends adopted a kid. And don't you know that some of them kids, they come back and be like, I remember you did this for me. I had somebody tell me, I remember 15 years ago when you was on 35th Street and the stuff that you gave me and you helped me. And I'm like, I did? I don't even remember the kids. Like, you know, there's so many kids. Like, I don't even remember them. But at least they know that somebody loved them and somebody here. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's all that matters to me.
That's all that matters. And that's something that keeps me going, too, because you know how sometimes I have to pray and be like, God, please continue to give me the want to help people, because you know how people can get sometimes. They kill the spirit. They do. They definitely kill the spirit. But when you get that DM from that kid saying thank you, or they come back, like you said, and help out because we helped them, then that's really what keeps me motivated to keep doing it.
You know the thing that broke my heart?
Don't make me cry.
That broke my heart real bad? The thing that broke my heart real bad was when they robbed the kids. The kids sat out there and they robbed. It was probably like 8 kids. They got followed home and they took their stuff. Even though I took them to get more stuff, there wasn't a point. Them kids still in line all day to wait for the Christmas thing and everything. So that's why I had to do things like a little different this year. Like I got on a food truck, took the food truck around different parts of the neighborhood, which was a lot of work. Had to have security, all this stuff. It was crazy, but we did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you just got to come and get more creative with how you doing things.
How you doing it.
Yeah.
And that's why you stay blessed, though, because you continue to give no matter what.
Child, I be trying. They be trying to knock me down. I keep fighting these motherfuckers. They be pissing me off. Boy, I want to see some shit on this motherfucker.
Listen, here we say whatever it is that we're feeling, you know.
I'm just going to say don't play with salt. Okay. Because I ain't that nice.
Y'all heard it. So tell me, I know you've been through some challenges with your health. Can you tell me a little bit about that and how you still get up, no matter what? You still get up and help the community when you're down.
You know what? You remember after I had COVID, right? Mm-hmm. I felt so blessed because they told me I had, 48 or 72 hours to live? If I didn't, when I had that COVID, when COVID almost took me out now. A lot of things almost took me out, but COVID, I think that was like the most painful thing that I've had. Now, I done had a stroke. I done had seizures. The seizures came. I done had cancer. My breathing, my lungs wasn't doing good. All kind of stuff that happened to me. But that COVID was the worst thing that probably could have ever happened to me. Now, I couldn't walk for a year and something after I had my stroke. So it took me a lot for me to get myself back. Every challenge, it took me so much to get back. But when COVID came, the Trump drug is what saved me. Good thing I got a gambling family. They said I couldn't breathe no more with the oxygen. There was too much oxygen, and they had me on the highest dose, and I couldn't breathe anymore. Like, with it, I still couldn't breathe. So it's like either I get on the ventilator or either I think. So my family chose without me. They told me that we were going to try the drug. Everybody, can you imagine everybody who came in, they had underlying conditions, like because they probably was on drugs or did some kind of drugs or had some kind of problem like asthma or anything, they gave them the drug, it was ripping their organs up. I'm like, oh my God. So the first day they gave it to me, nothing happened. But within 2 days, that's how you'll know what was it ripping them up or not, or whether it was messing them up. And baby, was I scared. I was like, oh my God. I was like, all these people, they keep taking them off of, then they go home and they was either dying or something else. So that probably is the most scariest. I thought the stroke was the most scariest, but nah, the COVID thing was, because I didn't know whether I was going to make it or not.
And the first day that you felt better, you probably gave out some dinners.
As soon as I got out of the hospital, finally, because I was in the hospital for almost a month. So when I got out of the hospital, the nurses were so good to me. I had to make sure that they got their little PlayStations, because she was saying that she got her nephew, so I made some phone calls, got them some the little PlayStation 4s or 3, whatever it was at that time. And I was like, y'all don't even know, y'all just helped. But they came in there, they cried with me, they prayed with me. They was like, don't get on that ventilator. Whatever you do, we're not supposed to tell you, but don't get on that. Everybody that's getting on it is dying. And that's when people was dying like this. They was just dying. Like, it was like people in the hallways, they was putting 6 people in the rooms. It was horrible. So I think that was my most scariest time, and my most, like, to see cold blue all night, all day, not knowing whether you're going to die or not. So, so that was the worst. That was scary. Yeah. And I stayed online the whole time, and people thought that was crazy. I'm like, I was scared to fall asleep. They would actually have to give me something to fall asleep. And when they told me that I might die, I was like, I don't feel like I'm going to die. I just can't breathe too good. I don't feel like I'm going to die, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? When they told me that shit, you know, they had to give me something to knock me straight out, because I act a fool in them people's hospital.
I can believe it.
Like, you tell me I got how many hours to live if I don't make it to sit? Is y'all crazy? I'm like, no, this can't be real. So in my head, I'm like, this can't be real. This can't be true. So
I know that
was the worst thing.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about your cookbook. I don't understand. Okay, how big of a celebrity do I need to be to get my own recipe? I really...
I put your husband in there.
Right, but I'm my own, I'm my own person.
Y'all together.
You didn't put the Parkers, you put big business.
You right. I shouldn't have did that. I'm out of pocket.
Cookbook number 2 coming out.
Yeah, I'm put you in there. Fuck that shit.
Well, I should be on the turkey wings, like...
Cuban turkey. I didn't put the Cuban turkey wings in there.
Okay, so I'm
going to put you on the Cuban turkey
wings. That's my spot. What you going to call it?
I'm going to call it Miss Parker.
Yep.
Miss Parker turkey wings. Cuban turkey wings.
And I don't eat meat anymore, but I said when you come,
wings.
if you was making those turkey wings
today,
I
was going
to eat it.
For real. Let me tell you, I got tired. I was tired. I was stressed out. I got some news. I was stressed out. I went and laid down. I forgot all about it. When you text, I was like, oh man, I forgot. I'm glad I'm home. I knew I had to go home for something. That's why I went home. And I started cleaning up. Then I just laid down. That's when you called. I was like, oh man, I forgot. Good thing I did come home. I knew I had to come home for something. I just didn't know why I had to come home.
I'm glad you came back.
Yes.
All right. So we like to talk about business a lot. So what is some advice you can give someone that's just getting into your industry, like, so that they don't run into some of those obstacles that you ran into?
I'm just gonna say, y'all be yourself. Whatever you do, stay authentic and stay who the fuck you are. I'm always me. I don't give a damn what's going on. I'm always me. I don't care if the president if Nikki was the president right now, and I'd be like, y'all see it. I'm in the White House. What's up? I'm always me, and that's what I think people love about me. Is if you want to love me or you want to hate me, it ain't no in between.
Yeah.
Just stay yourself. Be true to you. And that's how you are. You always been yourself. You always been calm, classy. I love that about you. Always cute as a button. Y'all know she bitch as hell. That's her. But that's who she is. And she always stays true to that. I remember we was going to do the reality show.
Yes. I was wondering if we was going to talk about that.
I brought that up. You were supposed to be asking the questions. But I remember I was going to do the reality show. Mm-hmm. And I was like, Greg is wild as a firecracker. And Nikki is just so... But them type of people, you make them mad, you got hell on your hands, okay? Me, y'all know y'all got hell from the beginning, so y'all probably already implied and planned how y'all was gonna get me. But that's what I like about you.
I was like, reality show, what? And they were calling Greg, of course, the ex-Greg, so he can make me do it. And I was like, no. I think I came back twice, and I was like, no, you know what? No, I can't.
Yeah, it was a lot going on. It definitely was. No, for real, it was a lot going on.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I learned? I told somebody something recently, right? Mm-hmm. And this is how crazy shit is. You know how you think people your friends, and I want y'all to know this because I'm saying this, and you know, like you think somebody your friend. Go tell your friend something that you don't want nobody to know, that you wanted to see if they're going to get back and tell somebody. I told somebody something, they went and told, they couldn't wait to get from with me to go back and tell somebody else. I'm like, damn. I thought, man, you was like this. And it really don't be like that. It's really, people just really not real no more.
They're not.
They're like the people you think you can trust, you can't really trust them.
I did that. I actually did that. I made something up and told her, and she sure enough went back. But I did it because I wanted to see, because I already had a feeling. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely true.
I'm the type of person, I love who I love. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I love you, I say I love you, I say I fuck with you, I fuck with you 100%. I'm just always me.
Yeah.
What else you got?
So, you gonna tell me a little bit about, the young boy?
My young boy.
Just a little bit. We need a little bit of that.
Girl, I call that thing Bobby. Bobby be working with it. What else?
All right. Who is he? Where is he from?
Well, they from Philly. They real quiet. They real laid back. All I'm gonna say, when y'all do see,
you smiling.
Yeah. When y'all do see the person, we're so opposite. Like when I say opposite, it's somebody who I never thought that I would deal with in a million years. Like when I say in a million years, I mean a million years. Like I'm like, we like night and day. It's like, how? Like, wow. Even Greg gonna be like, how you pull this off? And they gonna ask the person like, how you pull, like, you and Sarah just don't even go together. Like you see, like you and Greg, y'all night and day. No, this is night and day. Like you feel me? Like it's gonna shock the world.
But that's when it worked though. No, that's when it worked the best.
When I say it's gonna go so viral, you gonna call me and you gonna be like, bitch, you was on my mother. This one you gonna cut up. You like, bitch, you was on my motherfucking show and you ain't fucking tell me.
I mean, but what's the release date? What's the release date?
I think I'm gonna share with everybody when I get married.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna get married in January.
That's dope.
But so you don't fall out, I might tell y'all before.
Invite us, please.
No, y'all, come on now. Okay. You know y'all getting invited.
Okay.
Invite ain't nothing. But I'm saying I might tell y'all who it is before.
Yeah.
So y'all
okay. And you know my secret. Your secret is safe with me because I don't talk to nobody.
Period.
So nobody can ever be like, you said no because I don't talk to nobody.
Because y'all don't be in her motherfucking business. Okay.
But that's good. You keep it private.
But all I'm gonna say is they be tearing this thing. Like,
oh my goodness.
My God.
So
I heard we can get home to Bobby right now.
So later on, I'm gonna tell you about some things y'all need to try.
Like try?
Yeah.
Now, Nick, you know I'm a cold freak, right?
Oh, good.
For real.
Good. Because you're gonna like this.
You got some shit for me.
I got, yes. That's why I told Greg the other day, like, Cardi B got a bag and fixed her teeth. When I get a bag, I gotta fix my knees because he didn't wore these things out, honey. Yes. Yes.
Period, mamas and papas.
Yes.
I told y'all her little bougie ass ain't that quiet. She done tamed Greg fucking wild ass. Damn
people
lion.
Don't even know.
You keep Greg ass in check though. I think if Greg, I think I've known Greg now for, how old is JJ? 24? So I'll say like about 20 years, right? So I met Greg because my cousin gave a party and like through Daryl in them club or whatever. And that's how I met Greg. And we've been cool ever since because him and Daryl in school. So we all, our family is like real family oriented. So we all just became family. Like, oh, what's up? They buy, everybody come through Country Cooking. If you ain't come through Country Cooking and you call yourself a player or call yourself getting some money, you really won't get no fucking money.
You really won't.
Everybody came to Country Cooking on 35th and Clearfield. If you don't know about 35th and Clearfield or Stillman Street, you ain't nobody. Nobody in the city, especially if you our age, honey. It was the spots, okay?
Let me ask you a question, though. If you can do something other than cooking, what would it be?
Well, my first profession is hair. I was a cosmetologist all my life.
Okay.
I had beauty salons, all of that. I got into a car accident, and that's how my back got messed up. I got hit by a car, went up. An old lady hit me. They wanted me to sue the old lady. She had this raggedy little house. I was like, I'm not taking her house. The lawyer was like, but that's all she got. I'm like, I'm not taking her house. I think that's why I get my blessings. Yeah. I'm like, that's all she had. I'm not taking that lady house. And that was it. And I was messed up ever since then. I couldn't stand up to do hair real fast. But if I could stand up in the way that they charging $500 and $600 and $700 for these things here, honey, I'll be so rich and it's all profit. Oh my God, I would kill the game. Like really kill it. Oh, back to my young buck. Okay. I want to say this about my young buck.
Okay, listen, I'm here for it.
He's sweet, smart. My young buck is sweet. My young buck is smart, talented. Keep me tame, like keep me calm. If I had to say anybody kept me calm, my young buck keeps me calm.
He's your peace.
How you know it's a he?
Lord, the numbers just went up.
Say, I'm just playing.
No, I know.
Well, I'm not.
Well,
playing.
I don't know.
I might not be playing.
Listen, I don't know.
I might not be playing.
Listen, I love you no matter what. So,
period.
Yeah.
But my young buck is.
Like, so now I'm thinking all kinds of things, right?
What you thinking?
Seriously.
What you thinking? Tell me what you thinking. Tell me what you thinking. Tell me what you thinking. What you thinking, Nick?
No, I'm just saying the little moves you was just making. So now I'm thinking like, okay, was it real? Was it not real? Now that you done said that, like,
all my reels is real. Everything I say is real.
No, not what you said.
What I did?
I don't even know how to. Cause she know what I'm talking about.
Say what you talking about. The
I
people
cannot
want to know.
say it. I mean, you talk about your young buck had you. Now I'm thinking about what the tool was. It real? Was it not? Because you said was it a man or was it not? So
I'm just saying. I'm just fucking around. It could be a girl. It could be a guy. It could be a dog.
That's what I'm.
It might be a fucking cat. I'll fucking tell.
Listen. But that's your piece. So whatever it is. Whatever it is.
You won't love my young buck.
I'm sure.
Can
you tell me how old your young buck is?
My young buck. Everybody want to know my young buck 40.
Well, that's not too
I'm 49. So my young buck 40.
Good. That's good.
What else? What else you want to know about my young buck? You want to know how my young buck put me down?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Fix my fucking wig. Fix my wig. You get me all thing. I gotta go home. My young buck waiting for me. Fix my damn wig.
Oh my goodness.
They had me on some site. They think they know everything. Oh, this her young buck. That's her young buck. I forgot. They had me on some site. They trying to figure out so bad. I'm gonna let y'all know when I'm ready to let y'all niggas know. Is my wig right, Nick?
Stylist. Is the wig right?
My wig back on. A little bit to the side. Girl, say it.
I'm gonna get some water while you fixing your wig. Listen, I can imagine. If it's like that, I can imagine.
My young buck puts it down. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, I'm gonna let the world know in January.
Okay.
They gonna see my young buck finally.
So after the wedding?
No, I'm gonna do my wedding live probably.
Okay.
Or it's either live or even I'm going to I don't know, get a magazine or somebody to pick it up.
Okay.
Maybe you had your podcast there at the wedding. Yes. That would be some fly shit.
We can do that. Let's schedule that. I love it.
That would be hot. Nobody have it. So I want to sell it to a magazine. Not sell it, but like give it to a magazine or somebody.
Yeah, that's
I don't know. So it can be exclusive. They won't be able to have their phones. Yeah. So I'm going to put it out there when I'm ready to put it out there.
Let's do it.
Because y'all ain't going to break us up. That's what people be doing. They be trying to break you up.
They do.
They want to know, oh, yeah, such and such used to do this. Such and such used to do that. So I'm like,
yeah.
Excuse me.
Whatever.
Yeah, you know, people don't want to see you happy.
They don't. So
I've been truly happy with my young buck. Especially the way my young buck put it down. I think that's the most important thing. People be saying sex ain't the most important thing. Yes, it is. Because I want to get slayed every day.
And if that's what you want, then your mate has to be the same way. And that's how me and Greg is. Like, we really enjoy each other.
Yeah, you got to like the person. You got to really like the person that you deal with.
Especially
other than that, it's not going to work.
It's not.
And I'm 49, so I'm going to do what the hell I want to do. So I don't care what y'all say. I don't give a fuck what y'all think. So I'm going to do what the fuck she want to do. They be like, oh, I know son upset about this. Son grown. I'm upset about some shit she be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm grown. Let me do me.
Okay, that's how I feel.
I got to have a life too.
Right, exactly.
But son love my young buck.
That's good.
So that's a good thing. I'm happy about that because he don't like nobody.
What about the rest of the family?
Yeah, the rest of, well, only my immediate family knows. And only my young buck, probably like maybe 3 people know. That's because I want to, tell people when I'm ready.
When you're ready.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So what's next for Country Cooking?
I'm working hard. I'm trying to get into to get worldwide. Hope that happens. Okay. I want to have my own restaurant, sit down restaurant. I'm just working. I just need something. I want some. We do the food truck already. We have the food truck. I only been taking that on events. Okay. Lately, so booking that for just events. But it's summertime now, almost springtime. So we're about to bring the food truck back out. Okay. I'm just working, Nick. That's all. Working on my master plan.
Okay. But we're going to take a break for sponsorships, and we be right back.
We call y'all back.
So tonight's episode was sponsored by Maybach Construction. Maybach Construction can take care of all your construction needs. If you're in the tri-state area, give them a call, 215-982-1101. And remember, if it ain't Maybach, it ain't construction. Okay, welcome back. So, besides the cookbook, you have another book, an autobiography. You want to tell us a little bit about what's in that book?
All right, let me tell them about my cookbook first.
Okay, yes.
Y'all see it. Go buy the cookbook. Y'all see me really chasing chickens and shit. Like, this is real chickens. I had to catch them, and it was a lot going on. But these are really my recipes in my cookbook. Y'all see, I teach y'all how to do everything step by step, from cleaning the vegetables to cutting the vegetables to like everything, how to cut it up. I teach y'all everything, how it should look. And it's not scripted. It's not people putting oil and all this and all kind of props and all that. It's really the real deal. Your food won't come out the way it is. Famous egg-rolling and cheese in there.
And the next book I'm going to be in, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to be in the next book.
Okay.
Turkey wing. Miss Parker.
Okay.
Cuban turkey wings.
All right. So tell us about the autobiography you have.
All right. Let's talk about the book.
Yeah.
That book was crazy. I was so surprised about the turnout of that book. I was so surprised that so many people wanted to know about me. Y'all know it's going to be a real book. Mm-hmm. I talked about, NBA players that I dealt with. I talked about people who I dealt with that I thought was gay. I talked about real sex, real life. Like, it was like really my life. I talked about how when I was down south, I talked about my son's father, about how they kidnapped us and killed him. That was probably the most emotional part of the book. Mm-hmm. That probably took the longest to write because it was so emotional to keep bringing it all up. Yeah. Not that I don't think about it every day, because I do. I don't think it's a day that go past that I really don't think about him. And honestly, I don't think it's a day that go past and I don't think about him. The way they just killed him was brutal. He ain't deserved that. He was a good person. Yeah, he was in the streets or whatever. He was a very good person. It makes me think so much of how these kids today, how they chasing really nothing, just to survive. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And back then, we was doing it for fun. Or, not for fun, it was to live, but it wasn't like how it is now. Yeah. Of course, it was always killing and all kind of stuff like that, but JJ's father was like, he was you, and I'm crazy me. Mm-hmm. He was calm. He was laid back, like always thought everything was a joke, never got dressed. He was just if you saw him, you would never think that he had $1. Never thought that he was into nothing, never think that, nothing. Mm-hmm. But when they killed my son's father, I think it took me 2 years to really, really, really know that it was real. That's the crazy part. I called his mom one day, and his mom don't drink at all, and she was drinking. And she was like, I just want to see my son. I miss my son. And I was like, he really gone. Because I used to think, like, because he said, like, if the feds ever came for me, I would have to disappear. I got no money where I could disappear. So I'm thinking, like, was this shit a plot? Or, like, was it real? Or was it, you know? So for 2 years, I really didn't think if things was real. And then when I came here, when I came to Philadelphia, I met this guy. And oh my God, I didn't even like the guy. Nigga was short. He probably came like right here to me. He kept messing with me. I was like, leave me alone. Like, I don't want to deal with you, this, that, and the third. I was like, he like, yeah, I know what you've been through. I know how you here. Like, your folks told me about you. Then my uncles and them would be like, if you want to deal with anybody, I'd rather see you with him. So eventually, like, I didn't have sex with him for like a whole year. Like, and he stayed there with me. Even when I cried, he cried with me. And he, like we really became, like, really good friends throughout that year. Crazy part is, he wound up getting locked up eventually. I rolled for him for, like, 13 years, like, really hurt me, like, really, really bad. This is why I don't be giving a f*** about niggas. Like, if you read the book, you'll be like, I don't really be caring about niggas. Anyway, come to think of it, that motherfucker, he had did some shit to me recently, before I met my young buck. So thank God I met my young buck, and my young buck just took me away from all of that. My young buck got so much positivity that it just took my mind away from, like, everything. And everything that I was going through, he just fixed it. He, she, whoever is just a fixer. Y'all want to know so bad. Y'all there saying there's a girl. Y'all there saying there's a boy. Y'all there saying there's a cat. Y'all say he imaginary, she imaginary.
But you don't care what people say.
I really don't give a fuck. Anyway, so my young buck really took my mind away from everything. Good. But back to the book. Because I'm back on the young buck again. So back to the book. And I should have worn my ring. Since y'all say, you know, I forgot. Yeah, 10 carats. Don't forget that. So back to the book. So I went through the kidnapping and stuff of, people always say, like, why am I so into the youth? Because I was one of them bad kids. I didn't have a reason to be bad. I never was. A lot of the kids up here is fighting for, they don't have much, or the parents might be on drugs and they really need shit. Me, I didn't really need stuff. I wanted my mother love. I had all the love in the world, but I didn't have the love that I really wanted, and that was from my mother. Okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because my mom was doing her thing or whatever. But I always been loved because I always had my uncles and my grandparents and, you know, stuff like that. So I don't have the excuse. Even when the feds came and got me, or when I got in trouble when I was down south or with the feds or whatever, I was telling them, they was like, no, you know, they try to coerce you to be like, make you a statistic. Yeah. And be like, oh, this is why it happened. No, I don't know what it is to feel hungry. I don't know what it is to not have. Like, I've always gotten everything I want. So I'm the complete opposite from a lot of people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think that's why I have the love that I have for the young people. Okay. It's because I've been through so much, and I know, like, what they searching for, what they need, what they going through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I see it firsthand. And then not only that, I have a son. And he's young. So to see what these kids go through, even my son, he don't know what it is to be hungry or nothing like that, but he got that peer pressure, and he around these same fools that's out here doing whatever they doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he grew up around them. Like, these are your friends, and to see your friends getting killed, like you got 10 friends that you grew up with, 10 to 13 friends that you grew up with, that means you traumatized. Yeah. So I pray for my son. Like, I can't help him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even when his father died, like, I couldn't help him. Yeah. Like, I can't help him with that pain that he feel, because I'm still hurting. I don't know how to deal with my shit myself. But when I see all of his friends getting killed, or all of his friends getting life in prison, or I'm like, damn, I raped them, was these my babies. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I try to prevent a lot of kids from, like, they need some sneaks, or to help them out if they need, you know, money for court or money for whatever, because they really just trying to survive.
They trying to survive.
So when I ask y'all for a check and y'all giving me a check or whatever, it goes back to that, like helping our youth and helping our kids and helping them get things that they really need, so they don't have to go out here and blow nobody's brains out or hurt nobody or kill nobody or have to be selling drugs or for a little bit of money or whatever it is, whatever the situation may be. But the book is dope. You gotta read my book. It tells you about everything.
Okay. Yes,
like when I say I'm coming back once you read my book. Okay. And then you're gonna be like, I ain't know that happened, and I ain't know this happened. And so what? How old was you?
Well, let me ask you a question about the book. So when you wrote the book, did it provide a lot of healing for you?
That was my therapy. Okay. You know what? I told somebody else that, and I was like, you need to write a book, and maybe you won't hurt. It was my release. I released everything in that book. So it's like, I let it go. Whatever it was that I went through or how I still was thinking, even with my ex, the only other person that I truly love other than my son's father, right? He hurt me so bad, he came home, shitted on me or whatever, right? I even let that go. Wasn't even mad at him. I didn't speak to him for 5 years. Wrote that book. Didn't speak to him for 5 years. I'm talking about he's still to this day. If I have a birthday party, he's there, and I don't even speak to him. Like, because I gave him another chance not too long ago, and you shit on me again, and then with the same girl. I'm like, how? Yeah. How is you with this person, and you stay out and do all this stuff? So I'm thinking that you with me, and you really ain't with me because you still really with somebody. Like, I just don't want that life no more. Yeah. I just don't want none of that. I just want somebody that's gonna truly love me. You don't have to have a zillion bucks. Right. You don't have to. I'm gonna get to my own bag. Right. So whatever you got is your thing. But I'm sure y'all know my person got something to put. I can't tell you how much the ring cost, but to put a 10-carat ring on my finger. And VVS. Let's not forget that part. Okay. But but I want somebody that's about something, that's not in the street, that's really like doing something positive and that can motivate me and I motivate them, because we can make a zillion bucks together. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? We can get money together. Yeah. Like, I want look at you and Greg. Y'all get money together. Like, we done X'd out this person, X'd out the middleman, X'd out that person. That's how me and my son's father was. And I don't care what it was I wanted to do. He was on it. And I used to, and you know what? I never told nobody this but my son, right? I told my son, I feel like it's my fault that your daddy is dead. Let me tell you, I begged him to get out the street. I was like, I'm going to leave you if you don't get out the streets. But when he put his guard down, when he was getting out the streets, he put his guard down. He got out the streets, he put his guard down, and we started living regular. Like, you know what I'm saying? I built my first house at the age of 25. You know what I'm saying? On 5 acres. So everything that these girls and them, they be thinking they do. Like, when I get on there, if I want to snatch this wig off, I snatch my wig off. I don't give a fuck. Like, you feel me? I take this off right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck. You know why I don't give a fuck? Because I'm me. Because them bitches can't be them. Right. I snatch this off so motherfucking fast. They be like, how she, da-da-da, she, you know why? Them bitches ain't secure with themselves. Exactly. I'm very secure with myself. Like, you feel me? Exactly. So therefore, like, a lot of people, this is what I find with a lot of people. I learned this in a lot of friends, a lot of people that I just know. Like, people are so miserable. Like, I had my best friend, God bless the dead, a couple of years ago. Her name Dana Miller. We grew up together like this. I'm talking about from the cradle. She lived in Baltimore. My best friend killed herself. April, her death anniversary was April the 10th, right? I physically get sick to think about her, because let me tell y'all something, and I'm gonna say this to y'all, and I'm gonna leave this at that. About a year or something ago, I thought I wasn't gonna get no better. I was going through a lot with my business, and this is something that nobody don't know about me. And I want to say this because I know there's a lot of people that think when things get tough and think that you're going to lose everything and think that shit don't get real. Shit get real, right? And I wanted to kill myself on some real shit. It's so ironic in how God don't play about me, right? I don't know how to say this to the people that really be going through some shit, because when you used to having and used to doing you, like I said, I don't really give a fuck about what people think about me. Because one thing about me, as long as I got 2 legs and I got 2 hands, I'm going to get to $1. So money don't, I done ran through so much motherfucking money. Money don't mean nothing to me. My grandfather always said, I don't respect money.
Yeah.
But it's so many people that's going through so much that they just can't take it. My girlfriend was one of the people. And in my book, you asked me about my book. In my book, I wrote about, a suicidal attempt that I had. And like, even like a year ago, I was like, I ain't want to disappoint my son. Like, I ain't want my son to see like what I was going through, and I ain't want to deal with it, and I ain't want to think, well, motherfuckers really don't think that shit real, yo.
Yeah.
And people, they judge you and they look at you, oh, she got this, she got that. Let me tell y'all something, money ain't everything. You can have all the money in the world. I see a lot of people with a lot of money, and them motherfuckers be miserable. So when they get to a point where you feel like I got to a point where I gotta feel like I gotta do this, or I gotta be this, or I gotta do this. I don't give a fuck what y'all think no more. I used to give a fuck about what y'all think and how people thought of me, but when I seen that motherfuckers who I rolled for, like, do me dirty and would do anything for a motherfucker, that's when you think, I don't got nobody but my family and my true close friends. Like, you understand what I'm saying? And I know motherfuckers, if I would have died, my phone, like, she could have came to me. No, the fuck I couldn't have. Because you know what you would have did? You would have talked about me. Yeah. You would have talked about me to the next person, or said something to somebody else, or, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I remember one time, like, Greg, I need you to do X, Y, and like, sis, what you need? I was like, no, I don't need nothing. I was like, I just need you to help me out. He was like, sis, what you need? And it was like, no questions asked. I called my Uncle Daryl. What is it, baby? I called him and his wife. What is it, baby? What you need? How you need it? How much you need? Like, it's people, but as things go on, it's like, you like, how did I do all this and then to go backwards? Like, you understand what I'm saying? You be like, how did I get this far and then just drop? Like, you understand what I'm saying? So a lot of people can't take that pressure.
Right.
And I've been to that place, and I'm like,
well, how did you get yourself out of there?
God, I swear to God, my son called me, and I don't know how he kept calling my phone to the day. He probably still don't know this right here, but he kept calling my phone for whatever reason, and I got up, and when I got up, I went to the bathroom. When I went to the bathroom, I just kept throwing up, but it felt like God was really like pumping me. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, I ain't going nowhere. And I looked, I'm like, damn, how did I not go nowhere? Like, you feel me? And then the crazy part about it, then my young buck came into my life, and I'm like, damn. I'm like, this motherfucker don't even know me the way that they know me, and you riding for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? You riding for me like my uncle and them is riding for me. Like, you've been my folks all these years. Like, you feel me? So that's how I know that's the person. That's your person. That's how I know that's really my person. Yeah. Like, all the bullshit, I'm laughing and playing by my young butt, whatever, but that's how I know that's the person. Like, because when somebody come out of nowhere and just like, no, I just want to see you happy. Like, you make so many other people happy, and you don't even know how you made my day or how you stopped me from doing some nut shit. How you know what I'm saying? How many days I look at you and look at your videos and that, but you be like, damn. Like, you never know how people look at you. And so that's why I always be real with people and always tell people, like, just be yourself. I tell them the good, I tell them the bad. But so I look at, me and my son was talking about how many young people just killing their kids. Yeah. Like, and just, not just killing their kids, just so many just killing each other. Killing each other for nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I stay on my son. A lot of people like, the way you, this, that, and third. No, I stay on my son. Like, to me, you still mine. Like, I won't make it without you. Yeah. Like, you out here and get into some dumb shit or do some dumb shit, and they take you, I'm going to forget about all this peace and all this. I be preaching all that peace, but if you take the only thing that I got, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about none of that. I'll put every dollar. Yeah. Like, I don't know, shit real out here though, man. That's why
I decided to do this podcast though, because people need to hear these stories. Because it is a lot of people out there that's to that point.
Yeah, you can't see no return. I remember somebody told me not too long ago, send her ass back to the hood. And I was like, y'all motherfuckers don't know me. I'm like, y'all motherfuckers don't know me. Yeah. There's a lot of other options out here, and there's a lot of other things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I just say it is what it is. And I say to y'all young people, and I'm going to end it at this. I say to y'all young people, be yourself, be who you are. Don't feel like you got to be more than what you are. Just try your best and pray. Because that's what I do. I keep praying and I stay true to who I am. Mm-hmm. And remember, keep your friends out your business, even at your worst. If you have like me, my person who I tell everything to is my Uncle Darryl. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about I don't give a fuck what's going on. I wouldn't give a damn if I killed somebody. That would be the only person that would know. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. I tell him everything. Because guess what? I always tell my son, don't lie to me, because I'm going to be the one that got to get you out of it.
Right.
Exactly. So that's my person who always got to get me out of it, right or wrong.
Exactly.
He going to get me the fuck out of it. One way or the other, he going to die trying.
Right.
But be yourself. That's all I ask y'all to do.
Yeah.
Y'all see it?
That's why I always tell people, every problem has an expiration date. Yeah. Just keep going. Yeah. Just keep going. Get help. If you need help, get help. Yeah.
You just gotta keep on going. Yes. Keep on praying. A lot of people be like, oh, this religion, that religion. To me, I don't care what religion you are.
Right.
Just pray.
Just pray.
All religions you pray some kind of way. Just pray.
To whatever God you believe in.
Whatever God you believe in. Just pray.
Exactly.
And that's the one person that you can talk to and it won't go nowhere.
Right. But right. I'm so happy you came today.
Glad I came.
I appreciate you so much. Period. Give me hugs. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.
Period. We'll call you back.